I love this because today I get to be on your podcast, and earlier today Abby was on Logan Paul's podcast. So like we're kind of like one and the same.
Jesus. I'm sorry, Mary. Jesus.
Welcome, fellow lushes. Come on in, pull up a bar stool, and enjoy some cocktails with Dimples and the Beard.
We're going to a party. It's hosted by some bunnies. Going to a party. Gonna have ourselves some peaches.
There'll be a lot of peaches running around.
Wait, are we good? All right.
There's going to be a lot of peaches running around.
A lot of peaches running around at the bunny party we just got invited to. I won't give any more details than that, but holy cripes. What a little shock of adrenaline we got before we started recording tonight. A nifty little invite come in the door.
That's big.
That's very big. That's very big. I've already put
That's huge.
I've already put in the permission slip. We'll see.
Obviously, and I see that you did it from long distance right now.
Yeah, the permission slip actually went in live. You are witnessing. If you see me looking down, I'm waiting for reaction on the permission slip. But anyway, what a wonderful invite.
Hopefully, she doesn't send back divorce papers.
I've seen them before. I know what to do with them.
Yeah. Oh, this is old news.
If she sends me divorce papers, I'm shredding them. The last one, I was like, okay.
That was a quick. Okay.
No problem. Yep. Let's do this. Can we pay extra to have it done sooner?
Where's this express line?
Yeah, right. I don't know if there is one for that. I've never
I'm
seen
gonna
one.
send you divorce papers. Oh, I already got them signed.
Yeah, right.
they're already on the way back.
I e-signed them. That's AI now. All I got to do is think it, and they're signed. Open this place up.
We ready to open the tabby?
We are. Welcome back to another hilarious episode. I'm guessing because our guest is hilarious. We'll try to keep up. But another episode of Cocktails with Dimples and the Beard.
I would even say that this episode is sponsored by the bunnies. They're giving us enough joy.
We weren't going to. I wasn't going to give any more details than bunnies, so I'll bleep out the word before bunnies.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want. They haven't told us that it were. So I wasn't going to give any details other than we got invited to a bunny party.
Oh, perfect.
So
Bunny party.
Right. So ignore the.
Just ignore what I said.
Well, I'll bleep it. I have that capability now. But people probably there will be people who will try to read your lips because they're going to be like so. And we don't have the 3-camera setup tonight, so I can't just focus it on me.
Sure. So read my lips now.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I'm not good at reading lips, but
that one you could tell.
Oh, I got some blinky eyes in response. So like the wide blinky eyes. What does that emoticon mean?
Shocked?
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Is this shock? Shock?
Or that's that I would take that as like I don't want to tell you how I really feel right now.
I think that she's very much thinking he might be serious about this.
He might actually be
serious. I would love to be serious about it. I would love to go because it would be a great opportunity for our podcast.
Fuck yeah, it would.
It would not be anything other than a great opportunity for our podcast.
Just to mingle and to network and to great content.
Create it. Well, again,
cross promote.
Not sure that we could. I mean, we'd have to get permission.
Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
We are.
It could be. If nothing else, I think we could do maybe like what we talked about, but at least we're there and stuff. And
you think the bunny party would foot our transportation if we were like, we will put as much content of the party that you want out there. We will
go live. We'll go on the Gigaverse.
We'll be every Gigaverse.
We'll do it all, baby.
We'll get our buddy Matt Sorum to come in.
Gigaverse live.
Billy Gibbons will play a song or two.
Wow. And then just the next. If we literally podcast from like 9 till dawn, we could it'd be the next 20 episodes
Yeah.
of just that.
Did you see our recorded highlights from the Gigaverse on our community? They do. There is it's like a 17-minute long video. So I didn't watch it all, but they must grab parts and
Okay, I'll have to.
So that's out there 2 weeks before the episode will be out. So it's like a little precursor, you could go find us on Gigaverse, Cocktails with Dimples in the Beard community.
But I did this afternoon when I was in a meeting, I got a pop-up for Gigaverse.
There was something going on.
Something going on, right? You got it too?
Uh-huh.
So I usually have my phone volume off.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I'll just kind of click on it and watch it. Yeah, the volume wasn't off. And all of a sudden, in my meeting, there was, I was like, they looked at me, I was like, I didn't know what the.
At least it wasn't porn.
So I didn't watch any of it.
Okay.
No, I didn't. Because it was speaky right away.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I think they were like introducing some of the like updates to it or something is what was going on.
But at least I was like, just look. But anyways.
So I don't know if we're able to like download that video or something and put it up somewhere else. Because if that's the case, then I might grab it and pull some clips from it we can do preview clips before the episode comes out. Not that I don't have the recording. Obviously, I had AI edit it for us on Riverside, the 3-camera thing.
Yeah.
So it didn't work. But
okay.
I mean, it worked. The AI editing didn't work. Yeah. Our recordings all worked. We have you on one camera, me on another camera, us in the wide. It works, but to have the AI function edited didn't work. It didn't like go wide when we both were talking and then to you and then to me.
The way we would want it to.
No. So I will have to manually edit that thing.
Okay, well.
So we're going to try it for a few episodes and see if it's worth the time.
Okay, well, we'll have to check it out.
But we got to work up the setup a little bit yet because we got to figure out where the cameras are going to be because they were too far away.
Yeah, I agree. So again, I think we talked. Let's put them.
Anyway,
put them on ourselves or something.
Enough shop.
It is, but so
people are like, "Why are you talking about it? We don't care."
I'd like to give a little shout out.
Oh God. Shout out,
Jordan, to my daughter Jordan.
Oh,
she did. I think is a very very proud moment as a dad.
That's a weird way to shout out.
Just yell her name.
Do you want to try it again?
That's fine.
Okay.
We said shout out, so I shouted out.
No, you certainly did.
So she last weekend, her friend Noah was in a marathon. So she's like, I'm going to go support him, right? So she made a sign to support him and then stopped many times throughout the course and held the sign as he went through. What I'm proud of is the sign. So she did a sign that said, big sign that said, hurry up so we can go drinking. Because they're 20, 21-year-olds. I thought that was very, very clever and funny.
I mean, it's funny. It's not as funny as yours.
that as much as I think it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's hilarious. She sent me pictures like
and I thought this was going to be a proud moment. Like,
hey, I am proud because I think that's very clever and funny.
Okay.
It's different than everybody. You can do it. And
it would have been funnier if the sign would have said, hurry up, I want to fuck.
Well, they're friends and they're not. And he doesn't like girls, so they're not fucking.
Would have made the sign that much funnier.
Because nobody would have known.
He would have known.
He would have known. He would have giggled.
Right. That's
I still think he still giggled because he didn't know about it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's very cool.
And funny. And you know what?
Yeah.
They did. They went drinking. After he did it. So proud of you, Noah. Way to go for completing. And he did a great job.
Not an easy thing to do.
His first thing? No, not at all. He's been training and so Jordan's like, I'm not doing it.
So really the shout out should be for Noah.
All right.
This was his first marathon? Noah! This was his first marathon?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Noah.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 20, same age.
Awesome. Very cool. Good for you. Go to Boston. It's a great marathon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Jordan can go and hold up signs.
I'll go and hold up signs.
Maybe she will say that.
Boston's
be funny.
Boston's a hard one though because it's a straight line.
Hey, are all marathons the same? And
shut up. Shut up. Where did we just hear that? Okay.
On Mary's.
From Mary Romeo.
On Mary. I'm not. That was credited on Mary's Instagram.
From Mary Romeo. So do your thing.
So before we get going, please check us out and subscribe on YouTube. Go check us out on all the Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. Listen to us in your car when you're driving through. Check us out. Subscribe on Instagram, X. Look at him, just Jones. And I just kept putting it off for you to say, do the X. And then and YouTube. Hit the little bell so you can get a notification.
Rumble.
So that you, and Rumble, so you can be the first to know when a new episode's out.
Every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Boom.
Don't miss them. We never miss a week. You should never miss a week. So,
without further ado,
no, don't keep a pretty lady waiting. Let's switch it up. Never keep a pretty lady waiting.
Without further ado, Mary Romeo.
Figured that was a name you could actually handle. So thank you for joining us, Mary Romeo.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You don't want to just ramble?
Yeah. Now we heard your name for the first time. We had Miranda Meadows on. And she was talking about your Ocean Mic show. And we looked you up and started to see some of the clips and stuff and wanted to ask you on because we love talking comedy. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I actually was just hanging out with Miranda at Coachella. We went to Coachella together.
Yeah, we were seeing some of the stuff on Instagram. How was that?
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so much fun. So I kind of hacked the system, and about 4 years ago, I signed up for this job making lemonade at some of the stands around the festival.
Okay.
And then slowly over the years, I just kind of infiltrated and got my friends to join this job. And now there was a group of 7 of us that just got to go for free. I mean, we had to work, but
every day
you get there's a volunteer shift or there's a working shift. So if you really want to go to make money, you can do that, or you can just kind of volunteer during the day and then get off and go see who you want.
Okay.
It's a crazy cool deal. But we had to sleep in tents, which was not ideal.
Awesome. Oh. So what were the temperatures like there? I heard
it was
90s.
hot. It was 100.
Ugh.
It was. Yeah, no, it was so bad. We were things were melting and it was not good.
Oh, that's rough.
So
it
I
was
just would like to
fun,
know
despite
real
that.
quick, were all 7 you in one tent? In the 90-degree, 100-degree weather?
Almost. We were almost going to have that be the situation because our one friend arrived first and he brought a tent that he bought from Walmart, which he opened it up on the campgrounds, didn't even preface it before. Opens it up and it's 3 blankets and a bottle of gin.
Wait, what?
That someone returned to Walmart.
What?
That's phenomenal.
Was it at least good gin?
I don't know. Probably an empty bottle, honestly. So they realized that at
Just to give it a
10
weight.
o'clock at night. Yeah, exactly. Just to make it feel like, the heaviness of a tent. So they had no tent. I had brought 2 tents one for me and Miranda, one for our other buddy. We started assembling the tent that I brought, and I brought the wrong poles.
Oh, God.
So now we're down 2 tents, and there's 7 of us. So then we call our other homie, and we're like, hey, you have to bring a tent. So he brings an extra tent. We get that one assembled, but it's missing a pole. It's missing a fucking pole. So we have to use one of our reject poles from the other tent. And they don't match. They just don't match. But we're like, whatever, we're just going to have to make it work. So the tent is completely slumping, falling over. There was no way to even stand upright in it. And then I called my friend and I was like, here's what's going to happen. Me and Miranda are sharing this tent. Our other 2 friends are sharing that tent. And you are sleeping with Dan in his tent. And he was like, is Dan okay with that? And I was like, it doesn't matter. There are no other options. There are no other tents. It's just the way we have to make this work.
Have they ever met before?
Yeah, they did. We're all kind of we did this last year together, so we've all kind of become.
Okay.
It's feels like summer camp, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a really fun little vibe of getting together and just roughing
Kind of
it and
unorganized summer camp, like meatballs.
Oh yeah, sure. Just everyone is kind of for themselves and where there's no real plan. We don't even open our tents prior to going, but then we just kind of, make it work somehow.
Exactly.
So it was fun. It was great. Yeah.
Who are you most excited to see at Coachella?
Um, I mean, Charlie XCX was awesome. She brought out Billie Eilish and
Oh, wow.
Lord.
Oh,
Megan Thee Stallion was amazing. I'm kind of like a country gal. I usually go to Stagecoach, but I couldn't make it this year, so
Okay.
I went to Coachella instead. So I really liked like Post Malone was doing like a lot of
mm.
country songs, and
Oh, that's
like
cool.
I loved that. No one else really did, but I was a fan. I was singing all the words to like I had some help, and everybody around me was just like rolling their eyes. Um,
who
but
who
yeah,
was there a young kid with a mustache that flips off the piano
yes,
and jumps all over the place? Who is
yeah.
that?
That's Benson Boone.
Oh, I love Benson Boone.
Oh, you know him.
Yeah, I have a young daughter, and that's the one musical recommendation that she's given me that I like.
I
Okay,
literally
yeah.
2 days ago is the first time I ever saw him.
I didn't know he flipped off his piano and stuff.
Oh,
I
that
just-
fucker can flip. That guy can fly, man.
Yeah, no, he was like a gymnast
Right?
in a prior life or something is
that
happening.
fucker
Yeah.
can flip.
He's got a good voice too. He really does.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, the reason I got it because of Brian May came up when he was singing. You don't know who Brian May is.
No, I'm so sorry. Who is
That's
that?
fine. That's fine. So he did. Do you know the song Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh, well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, from Queen. Brian May is a guitarist from Queen. So that was the
Oh.
actual Queen guitarist that came up during the guitar solo. The old dude. That was the actual guitarist from Queen.
Oh,
You
okay,
know-
that's iconic because Benson Boone is kind of giving Freddie Mercury a little bit.
Yeah.
You know who the old dude here is? That'd be you.
That's it. But you were there. You got to witness. You didn't even know it was iconic.
I know. Well, I heard the song because
Yeah.
I was working my lemonade stand at the time, so I wasn't really watching. I was listening, and I was within earshot, and like I could kind of pan over and see it, but I wasn't super paying attention. But I knew that it was like iconic, but I didn't realize just how much. That's crazy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Coachella's
Wow.
where it's at.
I guess so.
mean, so how many days is that?
We get there on Thursday, and then we left Sunday night at
Okay.
like 3 a.m. and I got into like a fender bender leaving the campground. So that was a whole thing too.
That's always great. At the end of a long, I'm sure you're just
We-
beat and oh god.
Yep. Just really wanted to get back, and then that happened. But you know what? It's fine. The car is drivable. We still got home. Everyone's fine. My insurance is just going to go up, which is going to ruin me, but that's fine. Okay.
Aw.
Really okay.
So
No,
what I
no,
really- Go ahead.
no. I was gonna say, but I'm not trying to bum everyone out. It's not a big deal. It's fine. The weekend was great.
So what I want to know is, which to me is brilliant on your part, and did you do it at Coachella? Did you do the tampon flasks?
Oh my god!
Because
I actually forgot them, but another girl that we were with, Kat, she ended up bringing them. So it's like kind of a thing with women.
Oh.
Like that's like our flask. It's
Could you-
not
could-
like as
could you
crazy of a
explain it?
hack as I thought. It's just
Could you explain
so,
it? Because I'm going to do it.
Okay, I think you absolutely should. Yeah, I mean, it's just this like, it looks like a little potion bottle. Like it's just this like long, little, skinny bottle, and you just fill it with alcohol, and then you put it into like what looks like a Tampax sleeve,
Brilliant.
and that's really all there is to it. You just shove it in your purse and bring it in, and it really like it doesn't hold a lot of alcohol, I will say. So,
So you might wanna
that's the
put, like,
downside.
The 100-proof stuff in the.
You gotta fill a couple.
Exactly. Or fill
Yeah.
it with like cocaine or something, like the hard
That'll do.
stuff.
Even
Yeah.
better. Even better. Well, and then my next question on that is, I'm assuming, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to bring it for a whole show or a whatever long. I'm going to have a lot of them. Have you ever been like somebody look at you like, why do you have 20 tampons in your purse?
Well, I only did it the one time that I like made the video
Oh.
about it, and like no one even is looking at you or caring, you know? Like you act like you have to be like so discreet, and then you look up and you're like, "Oh, no one even cares or is looking at
Yeah,
me." Like we
sure.
always just think that people care, but I don't think they do.
I was thinking more when you were going through the check-in and they check your purse.
Oh, okay. Well, that time they
Okay.
weren't really that crazy. It was just like this like rooftop pool party thing. They weren't crazy. But Coachella, I heard that they were like we didn't really get our bags checked that much because we were working. We were with staff. So they didn't
Sure.
look through our shit at all.
Okay.
Which there's a lot of upsides to working. Like you can get some free stuff. You can do like trades with other, other people who work there. You can, have access to like the back gates and like the artists area. So I highly recommend it. I think it's a hack. I mean, you have to
Yeah.
work, but like you get in for free and you get paid to be there. So
Yeah,
Did,
it's a good place to go to work, right?
did you
yeah,
meet anybody?
exactly.
Did you get to meet any artists?
I did not meet anyone, but I saw Paris Hilton dancing to Charlie XCX, which was kind of cool. I just like walked past her as she was like, all these cameras were on her, and I was like, oh wait, oh shit, that's cool.
Where
But
she
it's
was?
so weird. You see like all these people on your Instagram like posting that they're there, and you're like, where the fuck are you? Like, why am I not seeing you? And it's because there's a whole separate festival for
Ah,
the invited influencers.
What?
gotcha.
It's
That's
fucking
dumb.
insane. It's called Revolve. And
Okay.
so all these influencers get invited for free and they just get a bunch of free shit. And so us regular normies are like busting our balls to try and afford a ticket, waiting like 8+ hours in line to camp in a tent on the ground for 3 fucking days. And they just get invited to be there and get a free fucking Dyson hair dryer or something. Like it's so insane.
That's a nice hair dryer.
It's just, yeah, society is really crumbling and Coachella really exposes that. So,
But I think everybody go next year.
yeah, but like a really great time
I'm
and
Yeah.
gonna work.
would recommend. So,
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go work next year.
You're gonna go work next year?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah,
Awesome.
you
and I'm
should.
gonna bring a shit ton of tampons.
Yeah, honestly. And they won't even check your bag, so you're fine.
Perfect. Well, at that point, couldn't you
Um,
just bring a bottle of booze? Why you gotta?
exactly.
Don't
Yeah.
ruin it.
Don't
ruin my
hide
buzz.
it.
Just drink straight out of the bottle. You'll be fine. You're working.
Hey, I'm working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just pour
Yeah,
my
just
lemonade.
bring a
I'll
water
work with the
bottle of
lemonade.
alcohol, old school. It's fine. No one knows.
All right.
So
Um,
let's talk about the comedy journey.
Oh yes.
How-
That's the main
Okay.
reason we brought you in.
yes,
How-
exactly.
How'd you get into comedy? When was
Oh,
the start for you?
okay. So yeah, it's a long story, but I guess we have time. That's the point of a podcast.
Hell yeah.
We got all the time in the world.
So I was living back home in Pennsylvania. I this was around like 2018, and I was working at a news station just like as an associate producer. But I was working the graveyard shift from like 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. So I was
Okay.
like nocturnal, and my life just completely shifted working that job. And it was not fun. It was really fucking sad and boring and just not what I wanted, but I wanted to be in TV and entertainment. So that was like my first step into that.
Mhm.
And then I had reached out to this. So I like heard through the grapevine of my family that I had this distant relative living in LA. And I was like, oh my God, wait, that's crazy. Like, someone put me in touch with her and, let me talk to her. What? Why have I never known this? So I called her up one day and I was just like, hey, I know you don't know me, but like, we're somehow related. And I really want to move to LA and work in entertainment. Like, do you have any advice for me? And she was just instantly became like my soul sister and just gave me all this advice. And she was like, if you want to like hone your voice and perspective and figure out who you are and what you want to say, you should start doing comedy. And that person is Abby's mom.
No shit.
Like,
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
yeah, it's Christine. So she's like my beacon of hope, my light, my savior. She is just such an amazing person and has been like my just like cheerleader like this whole time. So it's so crazy. So I
That's a
started
great
doing
story.
stand up. It's so wild. Yeah. So I started doing stand up at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone in Pennsylvania. which is like
Okay.
where Shane Gillis kind of like he was around
Mm.
there at that time, or not at that time, but that's where he started because he's from
Okay.
Mechanicsburg.
Yeah.
Um, so I did that for like 7 months. I got like a 5 minute set, and I was like, I'm ready. I'm fucking ready. I'm going to LA. Like, I got it. And like, I was just so young and naive, but because I had someone out there who was really encouraging, like, I sent her a clip, and she was like, oh, yeah, you have something. Like, you should come out here and visit. So me and my roommate Casey, she's my college roommate, best friend. We went out there, we visited, we loved it, and she was like, "Yeah, just come and move here. Like you can live with me for as long as you need."
Wow.
Wow.
It was just absolutely so generous, and in exchange, she
Everything's
was
just
like,
lining up.
"Yeah, it was crazy." And she's like, "In exchange, if you can just help me out with Abby, that would be great.
Mm.
Like she needs rides places and, just helping me around the house because like I'm a single mom, I work full time. So if you come, like that would be like kind of the exchange. And we were like, of course, no problem. So we arrive in like October 2018 and we meet Abby for the first time. And like one of her phrases that she like would always say to us was like that we were all in our 20s. And I think it was like really fun for her to like feel like she had these like two kind of like random like sisters almost just like move
Yeah.
in, and she was like, oh my god, we're all in our 20s, we get to go to the bar together, we get to like hang out, do fun things. So that was like really fun and amazing, and I really like hit the ground hard when I first moved. I just worked at a coffee shop so that I had like my nights free, and I went out every single night, like multiple times a night. And I took that 5 minute set and I just went everywhere all over town. I just did the same five, just so that
Yeah.
I could do it in front of new people. And I met a lot of amazing people. And I started an open mic at like a hookah lounge on Ventura Boulevard. And I mean,
Oh.
that didn't last very long, but I just remember like I refused to take no for an answer. Like
Yeah.
at that time,
Nice.
I was just so hard headed and like really felt that I had this like charm. And I was like when I first got my coffee shop job, I just walked in and because it was me and my roommate were sharing a car at the time. Me
Oh
and Casey
shit. Okay.
sharing a car in LA. So I was like, whatever job I find, it has to be within walking distance of where we are.
Yeah.
So from Christine's apartment, I took like 10 resumes and I was like, I just have to find a job within like a mile radius. So I walked into a coffee shop and I was just like, you have to hire me. I'm sorry. I work here now. Like, I just, and they were like, okay, fine, I guess. Like, I just, like, forced them to, like, hire me.
It's
And then,
California. You can't say no, or I guess
yeah, we're all
because
like, it's a hate crime or
they'll
whatever.
be offended, and
Right.
So then, and the same thing happened with the hookah lounge. Like I walked in and I was like, I do comedy and I want to start a comedy show here. I'll provide the equipment, you provide the venue, and I'll make people buy drinks, and that's that. And they were like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
And
I
just a
guess.
lot of things like from that, just kind of. I feel like when you're in LA or anywhere, when you move to a new city and you meet people and you're just in this like entertainment world, it's just like so many like spiritual like connections happen where you're like, this thing led me to this thing, and then I met this person that took me there, and it's all like just so connected. And I remember I did the mic at the hookah lounge, and Brandon T. Jackson, he's a comedian from the movie Tropic Thunder. He was
Oh.
like a regular at that
Yeah.
bar. And so he just got wind that we were doing a mic there, and he just like showed up to support for like no reason, just this shitty open mic.
That's
And he
awesome.
saw me and he was like, yeah, like you're pretty good, like like keep going. And I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. And then I was like on a plane going home to Pennsylvania for Mother's Day, and I just got an email from Magooby's Joke House that Brandon T. Jackson was headlining. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, so I just, out of the blue, like messaged him and I was like, hey, I'm the girl from the open mic. Like, could I do like a guest spot for you? I'll be in town. And he
Oh,
was
you
like,
didn't
yeah,
just email.
sure.
You didn't just
No,
email and say, I'm doing a guest spot?
Right.
I know, right? I mean, at that point, I feel like I had to ask. I know when it's appropriate. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I asked. He was like, "Yeah, for sure, come through." So,
Nice.
and this was when I was like so fucking new still, and I was not good. And so I did the 5 minute guest spot. Like
The same
obviously
5 minutes that you've been doing since
yes,
day
like the
one?
same fucking shit. And it was like a year in probably. So and then I remember like the second show because there was like two shows. So the second show rolled around, and I was like, "So am I doing the guest spot?" And like the server was just like, "I don't think. I think you just got the one spot. Like we're good. Like it wasn't good. You don't need to return. Like
Oh, dun dun dun.
um, but like that's that's what it is. You have to just like put yourself out there, ask for opportunities, even when you're not good, because you're not good in the first couple years. Like
Right.
you're still starting out. Like there's potential, but you're not like killing it,
Yeah.
like
So,
so
and
and
we've
that's
heard that a lot, obviously, with the starting out, and and I go back to that first 5 minutes. Did you learn anything to tweak it as you went on for so long, or did anybody say this joke would be better if like advice?
yeah, and I mean I think it was like the jokes were like fine. It was just also like the presence. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
like myself
Okay.
yet. I wasn't like fully comfortable. I wasn't like
Mm-hmm.
I was nervous. I didn't like hit the right timing. Like those
Right.
kinds of things that you just end up, acquiring over time, getting comfortable, getting tags, like really blending your jokes together and everything. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
I
just
mean, it's not like I don't even remember really, but it's like it was there enough for me to be able to do the spot, but
sure.
it wasn't like, oh yeah, let's have this girl feature now, Like it's like you got to do your fucking time. We gave you
Right.
5 minutes. That's it. That's all you got, Like that's and I'm so grateful that he even like gave me that, you know what I mean? And I was
Mm-hmm.
not entitled to, oh, well, why don't I get the second spot? It was like I'm grateful to just even get the first. So
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like that's just how you have to kind of be um and just yeah, really like I don't know, like it's like asking for opportunities but knowing when it's like the right time. Like I feel like I probably got, some opportunities like before I was ready, maybe
Yeah.
like that, for
Yep.
example. But it still led me to where I am. No regrets. Um
You
I
can't have regrets, can you?
Yeah, I mean, and like and now it's funny. Like, I mean, talking about comedy is making me like really miss it because now I'm kind of off the boat a little bit. I've taken a career step in another direction, which again,
Hmm.
I'm really grateful for that too. But when I was like first starting out after the pandemic, or during the pandemic, I started the Ocean Mic, which me and my roommate Casey we started that. It was just like one of those like weird ideas where I had been running a show at the Mint in like mid city area, and it was
Okay.
this like 420 friendly back room like show with like no windows. We just hotboxed the place. It was fucking iconic. It was like seriously like LA open mic legendary shit.
I want to
But it
go to
only
that show.
lasted.
That's
I,
hilarious.
I
It
want to go to
only
that show.
it was
That was
so
awesome.
fun. It was lottery. Everybody was getting stoned out of their mind, like, and it was really supportive. Like, I don't know. It was just a really, really funny, fun vibe. But that only lasted 2 months. Like, it felt
Oh,
like it made such
Hmm.
a staple in the like the LA community, but it really didn't last very long because then COVID started, and I'm pretty
okay.
sure it might have began from there when we were all sharing joints in a room with no windows.
You guys are
Um,
patient zero. So basically,
yeah.
China's been getting the raw deal this whole time.
right. Yeah.
It was you guys.
It was pretty much us. So when that stopped, I was like so bummed. I was like, wow, I feel like I really like, was making a dent, and I was like, I was running this really cool show, and now I'm so bummed it's over. And then me and Casey just started brainstorming, and she was like, what about a show on the beach? And we were like, wait, what the fuck? Like, no one has ever done that. Yeah, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, the next day or like week, we just like got the speaker, invited our friends. We went down to El Segundo and like the Dockweiler Beach, and we just did an open mic. And we started noticing that like people on the beach just started like coming over to the show and
Sure.
watching. And we were like, wait a second, this has potential to like really be something. So we started a show after that, and I'll never forget, like, Pete Lee messaged our like Instagram account and was like, "Hey, like, I see that you guys are having a show. I would love to be a part of it. And we were like, absolutely, come down. Are you kidding me? Because he could like see it from his house because it was at Will. Because then we moved it up. We like really scouted and we were like, let's find a really cool spot for this that's like accessible. There's parking, all this stuff, bathrooms, whatever. You have to think of like so many logistics.
Yeah.
So we found Will Rogers, and that was in Pacific Palisades. And that's where Pete Lee lived. And he was like, yeah, like, can I come down and do a spot? We were like, absolutely. And he just like loved it. He's like the friendliest, nicest guy on the planet. And he just was like, oh my God, I love this. Like, I live right over there. So if you ever need me, like, let me know. And so he just became like our regular headliner. Like, he would always close out the
Nice.
show and like bring his neighbors down. And like, it was just such a fun, like, community thing. And we did it for like 3 years. And then we've had like Morgan J. He was a regular. Matt Rife was on the show, Jamie Kennedy, Trevor Wallace. I could keep name dropping. Like all these people who they had nowhere to perform because the improv was shut down, the Comedy Store, all these things. And I remember Fahim Anwar went on, and then he was talking about it on his podcast. And his co-host was like, yeah, I saw you did a show on the beach. Like, what are the logistics of that? Like, how the fuck did that even happen? And Fahim just goes, I didn't even think about it. I just kind of did it. And it's like, meanwhile, it's just me and Casey running the whole shit. Like, we had a wagon full of equipment. We had speakers. We had a generator that we had to fill with gas. Like, just two girls, like, just running.
Do you know what this show was? It was a chicken purse. That's what this show was.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Very unique.
It was unique.
Yeah. And so then it kind of got shut down because, it just,
Why?
they were like, you need a permit to operate on the beach. It's like open public land. Like you can't just like, sell tickets. And that was the other thing. It was like, this is just an open area that we were just selling tickets to. Like,
but you did it for 3 years. And then they said,
and then they
Government
really
moves
stopped
slow.
us. And
well, that's true. Good
and
point.
now it's like, it's hard for it to come back because now the Palisades is, where, in another tragedy. And I don't know. So I don't really know what the status of that looks like. I mean, it would be really nice if we could make it happen again and like raise money maybe for the Palisades and like have it be like a benefit show possibly. But I just feel like everything over there is just really like touchy and weird and like it's just hard to get over there. So I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but it was like such a fun like pandemic staple and it was amazing. And now I'm rambling. I'm rambling.
No. It's definitely interesting ramble. That's for sure. Cause it's so cool that happened. And it's too bad that you think anybody's ever tried to do it again. Like besides you, like tried to steal the idea kind of.
Oh yeah, there have been some copycats for sure.
Okay.
And I feel like, in the beginning I was like, wait, what? Like that's totally my idea.
That's me.
But then I just have to be like, you don't own the beach. You really don't own the beach. You don't own the idea. Like let people do it. And seriously, let them do it. Let them try. Like it's
imitation
fucking
is
hard.
the greatest. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right?
100%. So you should be proud of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's it was a really cool thing, and we'll see if it happens again. But like I could see other people like Don't Tell Comedy is such a staple, and they're so grounded, and they have like such great showrunners and like equipment, and just like such a I was like I wish that they would like take over, and they could do it or something, or like. Because I just don't like see. I mean, I don't know. When I was like really running hard with this, I was like, yeah, the Ocean Mike can be like a whole big brand. Now I've kind of shifted in my career, and I would love to see more comedy on the beach, though. Like I think it's a great idea, and if someone could like take it and really run with it, and like, even if they could take the Ocean Mike, we could join forces and like make it into something big. That would be amazing. But
what a cool
as of
place
right
to
now,
watch comedy.
Well, I'm going to totally steal it. I mean, in Wisconsin, we got to find a beach. But besides that,
on Lake Winnebago.
Yeah, exactly. You could do a lake mic.
Yeah,
they'll have to wear parkas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
10 months out of the year.
There were honestly so many great ideas. Like Jessica Lee Foster, she did a hike mic where she would like have people like meet her at the bottom of like Griffith Park, and they would like do a hike up to this location, and then she would like, put out a speaker, and we would like do a mic with like 15 of us at the top of the
Oh,
hill at sunset. It was just so beautiful, and people were so resourceful and creative with the limited like things that we had, and we just really like made use of nature. And it was like, I think for a lot of people it was like a really really hard time, but I
Yeah.
think obviously, I mean, I'm not, but I think
yeah.
for some people, the people who were like just movers and they were like, I'm not going to stop, like I gotta find a way to have an outlet and keep this going. And
Yeah, people got
um
really creative.
They did. So what do you think happened? Why is all this stopped? I mean, just because.
Oh, now people don't want to be outside anymore. Now, the venues are back. So they're like, why would I fucking sit in a parking lot to watch comedy? That's
But a
stupid. Like, I
beach.
want to, I mean, well, the beach and the permits and all that stuff, like, that's why it's, they just really like, got strict with it. But I don't know. I mean, I think that sometimes those things can exist, but I think the majority of the people, they're comfortable with what they know. They like going to the comedy store. They like being like under a roof and like having
Yeah.
dinner and drinks and like it being a date night and stuff. And like it just has returned back to normalcy a little bit.
Yeah.
But those outdoor things, they pop up every now and then.
Well, and sometimes, creativity is always, it's always like made stronger by desperation, right? Like
Yeah.
when you guys had nowhere to go, you were going to find, like you said, you were going to find a way to do comedy. And now that
Right.
you have places to go, the desperation isn't there. And
Right.
so,
So let's bring back desperation.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. You guys
Seriously.
all need to get back together at the hookah lounge. And
That would be one you could bring back. That sounded
Yeah,
hilarious.
well, not anymore. I'm pretty sure it shut down.
Oh.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll make something happen. I was doing the ocean mic at a venue in San Diego called Mission Bay Beach Club, and it was like an actual venue. It was still outside, but like, there were chairs, and because that was the other thing, like people like the sand and the beach seems great until you come home and you just have sand in your fucking ears and your pants, and you're just like, how the fuck do I get rid of this? Like it's just with me forever now.
your ass
And
crack. Yeah.
yeah, like it's just like slightly, like it seems great in theory, and then you're like, I actually fucking hate this. This sucks.
Well, you're not doing a very good job of promoting for a future.
Not really. No. We loved it until now. But
Yeah, no. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not going.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you had mentioned a few times about your career shift. So what is the career now?
Yeah, so now I'm like a manager, I guess. I have a lot of different roles for Abby, my girl Abby, who's my
Oh.
cousin, I guess.
Yeah.
Second cousin, yeah. So I'm like her aide. I'm like her, kind of caretaker during the day. I take her places and drive her
Okay.
around and just like kind of help facilitate her life and stuff. And I'm also her social media manager. I'm like her business manager. I help her with her hat business, but she's killing it. She like makes all these hats, and
Yeah.
we
Sell
list
that.
them on the website. We like ship them out literally in hand at the house. Like there's no manufacturer. It is just me and her mom too.
Awesome.
And then, like I'm Christine's assistant in a way too. Like I help her with her
Hmm.
schedule and her social media. So I'm like juggling like four different positions really, and I love it, and I'm so grateful. Like I get to work with my family,
Yeah.
with someone who America is obsessed with. Like it's obviously amazing. Like she gets invited to all these cool things. I get to tag along. Like we've had such a fun time in the past couple
Yeah.
of years. So like I really don't
So
regret it at all.
before we go any further, the cousin you're talking about is Abbey Romeo from Love on the Spectrum, who
Yes.
I had messaged you. My wife and I love the show, and especially love Abby and David. They are so adorable.
They
And,
are. They're amazing.
I had to ask you because I didn't want to just put you on the spot and start asking you questions. So I want to make sure it was okay to ask, and I was so glad it was because my young daughter's excited because she loves the show.
Oh, that's so
But did you
sweet.
realize-
Of course.
Did you realize
can
she
ask anything.
worked
I
Ezra's,
didn't.
yeah, that's cool. That's her.
Oh,
that's
you
part of your career.
didn't?
No, I
No.
knew.
That
I
I'm
knew you were related.
truly
I didn't. Yeah.
wow.
Honestly,
I'm
when
honored.
we first found you and introduced or invited you on the podcast, we had no idea. It was all comedy related from hearing Miranda
From
talking about
Miranda,
you.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
That's
then it was just
sweet.
a weird coincidence. So yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, well, I love that little combo there because I kind of
Yeah.
was like, oh, maybe they want to talk about Abby and like Love on the Spectrum and stuff. But I'm glad we got to talk about comedy. Now we can dive into Love on the
Yeah.
Spectrum. Season 3 just came out, so
Because it's a
it's an
big part of your
exciting
life,
time.
right? We didn't realize how big it
Yeah,
was, but
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
My only
definitely.
problem with Love on the Spectrum is the seasons are too short. I could watch
Uh,
I could watch these episodes forever, and we binged it in like 2 nights. So
I know, and there's so many amazing people on the show that you're like, you get a 5 minute check in, and
right.
then you don't hear that from them for the rest of the episode. So it's like, yeah, there needs to be more. There could be so many spin-offs, and
Oh,
like,
Abby and David could have their own show.
yeah, just think of that. They could be literally on their own.
yeah, no, they're amazing. They're so fun, and so yeah, we kind of Petra is David's aide, and so like the
Okay.
four of us
Oh,
like hang out and we like go on a bunch of dates together because like Abby and David still need to be like driven everywhere, like,
Sure.
and at this point, I don't even know if I would like I would drop them off at like a dinner or something, or like maybe like a movie, like something that's like a 2 hour thing, but like I would never like drop them off at like Universal or something like that.
Yeah.
Just is like that's such a
too
chaotic
much.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like especially with where they're at with their fame, like they
Yeah.
get approached all the time and they love it. They absolutely love it.
All good. Good.
um yeah, no, they're amazing with their fans. They're so patient and polite, and like Abby just like both of them just get so excited when they get recognized. It truly makes them feel like so accepted and like a part of the world, and
Of course.
it's
Yeah.
the sweetest thing. Yeah, so
So
it's amazing.
can we go back? I'd like to know when the whole idea of the show came about, and if you were around, was there a lot of apprehension about, hey, it's your family member. I don't want him to get me made fun of. I don't want him to look dumb. Was there apprehensions about starting them on the show?
Yeah, so when they first asked Christine, she just kind of had no idea what the show even was. She was just
Mm-hmm.
like, for all I know, like this is just some dude in a camera. Like I don't know what this show is. Like,
Right.
and so she was like, but like we'll give it a chance, and they ended up being really, really nice, and they like really got like followed Abby's speed and like where she needed to be, like at first, like the first time they interviewed, she was just like not really present and just kind of like distracted, and then and they were like, we want to come back, we want to like, we want to let Abby walk around her room and do what she needs to do, we'll match her pace, because we think she's great, and we want to show like every type of autism and everything. So yeah, I mean, it was definitely like a little weird. Like putting yourself out there is so hard, especially when you think that the world's gonna judge you. But everybody has been just absolutely so sweet, and there's just been so much overwhelming support. It's really, really
Yeah.
crazy. And when her like social media all happened, the show was coming out, and Christine was like, we should really kind of build like an online presence before the show comes out, just so that people can find her on social media and everything. So I started her TikTok, and me and Abby would just do a series of like, I would ask her questions, and I probably only posted like 10 to 15 videos before she just blew up. Like
Oh wow.
that's really all it took was like a couple videos. Like people really just loved her off the bat, like without the show even coming out.
Yeah.
So by the time the show came out, she had like 300,000 followers, and a lot of people were recognizing her from TikTok first.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then they were like, "Oh wait, like there was confusion. Like this is the girl from TikTok. No, this is the girl from the show." And then it was like, "No, this is the same girl. Like she's just amazing and she's everywhere." So it's really cool. And yeah, she just has an amazing sense of humor, and she's just so like positive about everything, and just really
I
like
loved it.
takes so many challenges and just runs with it.
I watched the Netflix as a joke podcast that her and Christine were on, And
Oh yeah.
it caught me a little off guard when I heard Abbey swearing so much. I was like,
Oh,
what?
I want to
What's
watch.
happening right now? It was so fun.
Yeah, she must have been doing like an impression or something.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, that's
I think she was
where
like,
it comes out.
what did she say? Something about like the impression of her like mom's haters, because she's like, I don't get any haters online, but my mom does. And then
Yeah, yeah, no, it's so true. And that's also because like, yeah, like you see like a 30-second video of Abby and you're like, oh my God, she's so capable. Let her move out. Let her drive a car. Why are you so controlling? And it's like, you don't know any other part of her life outside of
Mhm.
that 30-second clip. Like,
right.
you know, she can't drive a car. Like she can't she is amazing in so many ways, and and her autism is her superpower. But like, you know, she still needs some facilitation in her life
Yeah.
of like just like even ordering at a restaurant sometimes, like just those basic things that we often take for granted.
Mm.
Like she does need like assistance in some parts of her life, and I just don't think a lot of people understand that.
Well, yeah, a lot of people like to judge, and like you said, you see,
They do.
I mean,
yeah.
at best, we're seeing what 3-4 minutes of their life, you know, and trying to make any. Yeah, it's sad to me that people give anybody shit like over that.
Yeah, and the internet can just be
Yeah,
so cruel, so judgmental, so crazy.
we-
But for the most part, on this corner of the internet, like people are
Nice.
really, really
Good.
nice and just
Yeah.
like yeah, it's just so overwhelming and amazing to see and witness and be a part of.
well, I said to him before we got started, I said if anybody ever said to me that they didn't like Abby after seeing some of her videos, I'd be like, there is no way we can ever see each other. Like you're not a person I could be around.
Right.
Like she is so lovable.
Yeah, no, she really is. She's awesome.
So everybody, not there's a lot of haters, as it sounds like, which is great that there are not a lot of haters, but there are out there, and keep to yourself. But you've got a lot of support.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
I know.
We
it's
do.
been
We
amazing.
like haters. So if you want to hate in the comments of this, that's fine. We love that.
And we will find you. We will track you down.
Yeah.
And
Give
we
you
will
a
punch
shirt.
you in the face.
Oh no.
No,
Any
it's,
all comments are traction, honestly.
Absolutely.
whatever,
When you're a
yeah.
small podcast trying to get noticed, you love every one of them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I love this because today I get to be on your podcast, and earlier today Abby was on Logan Paul's podcast. So like we're kind of like one and the same.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, Mary. Jesus.
Like me and her, yeah, we have like the similar opportunities. Like it's crazy. Like
Well, it's basically the same level.
But
yeah,
you know what?
I mean,
There's some talent right there. You gave us like the most taggable moment of this whole thing. You know that I'm tagging Logan Paul in that.
he actually like we were a little worried about doing the podcast because obviously
Sure.
like you know he's a little controversial and we weren't sure if he was gonna really get Abby and like if he was gonna like ask appropriate questions or be condescending or I don't know, we were just a little worried and we ended up meeting him and he honestly was so nice and just like
Yeah.
really I feel like he's become a lot more considerate and just like a more of a gentler person since like getting engaged and having a baby and he's just like
Yeah.
he's just sweeter and nicer and he really showed that and like Abby really like came out of her shell or not that she's in one but like she was being so funny on the podcast like laughing
good.
hysterically and like I feel like he kind of brought that out of her like made her feel comfortable enough to
That's
be like
awesome.
that so
Yeah.
it was
It
really
is.
cool yeah
Oh, I'm excited
It's
to
nice-
watch that.
It's nice to hear because I don't follow Logan Paul. Sorry, buddy. I just don't. And I don't give a shit about him. So but I've seen stuff where he's kind of an ass. So I'm glad to hear that. And he can adapt to the different guests. That's cool.
See how
Yeah,
she's a professional and you're not. You just ruined the taggable moment.
No, tag me. Come on. I'll meet him in a boxing ring. Same guy, right?
He's a professional wrestler now.
I
Yeah.
can't keep up.
He's a professional wrestler. And he's very, very hated in professional wrestling.
Oh.
Not that I would know. I
Well-
don't watch that junk, but
that would make sense honestly it's I kind of root for them a little bit I think they're underdogs I think that they're you know
Yeah.
they kind of took an opportunity and they ran with it and I really respect them for that.
well, right. I mean,
Yes.
so much of the hate is jealousy.
Right. I
Yeah.
joke because I mean, I give him credit. He makes it work. He makes money. And I'm now going to watch that episode with Abbey on it because of.
Yes, I have no idea when it'll come out, but be
That's
on the
fine.
lookout because yeah, it was really fun, and David got to come on for a little bit too, so
Aw.
it was super sweet.
So,
Here's what I'm excited about because I was not watching the show prior to he had been talking about it and I just haven't. And again, it goes back to we didn't know the connection with you, which is fun.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fun exposure.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going back and now I get to watch their journey because I started with season 3.
Now you started season 3? I'm adjusting. My leg's asleep.
Because I wanted to get something, updated. So, but now I'm going to go back and watch her journey, and I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah. No, she's especially because her and David like 3 seasons together. It's so amazing. They're like really such a power couple, and they really have been the ones to make it through. So it's really cool to see.
Did Abbey
have? Yeah, go ahead.
Did Abbey have other dates before David?
No, it was her first date.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, that's so cool. They were like so destined.
Do you have any other favorites on the show? Because my wife and I both love Connor so much.
I love Connor. I love Connor so much.
He's the one who
long blonde hair.
No, that's James. Connor's the one who talks like in movie quotes a lot. He's very dramatic and will use like
swords.
Yes.
Yes, gotcha.
Yeah,
I'm catching up.
So
I'm catching up.
His family is amazing too. Like we've gotten to hang out with his mom a couple times and his brother and sister, and they're all just like they're just so cool, so gorgeous, so fun, and like they're awesome.
I have noticed that about the show. Pretty much all the moms are smoke shows. Like, yeah.
I want to see a spinoff of like the real autism moms.
Hey,
like that would be amazing.
And Christine needs to, like get wooed and dated. I'll sign up for that. I'm single. I'm older.
I know, right? No, she really sacrificed like her whole dating life to like make sure that Abbey had
That's
like
sweet.
a successful life, and like it really paid off because Abbey has all these opportunities because Christine like is just such a fighter and like never gave up and just like dedicated her whole ass life. I mean, she's a single mom and works a full-time job and just gave all of her resources to Abbey to make sure that she was okay, and she's like just absolutely thriving, and just see that pay off because now like Christine gets these opportunities too where like she gets to tell her story, and it's just I mean, and like she's helped me in such a profound way too, and like she just helps so many people that crosses her path, like, and this is what I say about her is that like she's just so she loves so deeply. And like, but if you cross her, like she'll, if she doesn't like you, she'll make your life hell. But if she loves you, she'll go to hell and back for you. Like, she is just like she's just such an amazing, like, she's an anomaly. Like, I can't even like, I don't know anybody else in this world like her. She's just an amazing person. It's crazy. They both are. They're both,
Definitely can tell by the way you talk about her and how enthusiastic you talk about her that you deeply love her, and it seems like a great connection for you guys.
Yeah, and it really is. Like I went on a limb. I called this person that I never even knew existed, and like now I've discovered this whole family that I didn't even know that I had.
That's
and
awesome.
Like it's like, and then like her brother Ben, and then like they have another uncle, or like Christine's brother lives out there with his son. So it's like all these Romeos, and I'm like, who are you people? I didn't even know about you. How did I not know about you? Like that's so weird.
That was crazy.
So when you did come out and meet Abbey, I don't know how much experience you had with autism prior to that, but your first like getting used to it, and you have to have patience, right? I mean, I would imagine. It seems like she's again 30-minute clips, right? That you don't see it, but they have their things. Was it hard to adjust? Not hard to adjust. That's the wrong word. But what was the time of adjusting with her?
Yeah, no, like I haven't had that much autism experience at all, but I like one of my best friends, she has siblings on the autism spectrum, so like I kind of, was a
Okay.
little familiar with that, but like everybody's so different, like just I wasn't really familiar with like Abby's type of autism where she when I first met her, and again, her growth from like 18 to now has been
Mm.
the biggest. So like a lot of like Christine always tells parents like just schooling doesn't stop at 18. Like that's where the most growth happens is after 18. And that's like
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
where you like
nice.
learn and you really like social cues and all this stuff. So she's grown so much from when I first met her and she was really like, repetitive, just kind of she'd come up to you and say the same things and then just kind of walk away and uh just couldn't really have like a long conversation with you. Like she could just kind of like, hi, hello, how are you? And then it was like, she'd blurt out something that she was thinking about, like her special interests or like something completely random off topic.
Mm-hmm.
And, she can still be a little off topic sometimes, but she's gotten so much better at just like having a conversation, like ping pong back and forth, like ideas and laughs and like staying on topic. And it's just like so amazing to see. And like her growth, like with like texting communication is crazy too. Like I remember like there would be times where like she wouldn't even check her phone. Like she didn't even know that she like had a phone to like communicate with people. Like she'd call you randomly, but like she, she'd be like, yeah, I texted so and so to like hang out. And I'm like, what? Like before, like 3 years ago, you'd have to be like fully prompting to be like, hey, can you text, so and so? Okay, can you say this, and this? Like you'd have to really walk her through like a
Mm.
text message of like communicating of like, hey, body, ending, like
Okay.
beginning, middle, end. And like now she just does that all on her own. And like it's just so amazing to see. And she, yeah, has just come so far. And she's only gonna like keep growing, so it's
Yeah.
like really really cool to be a part of. And um yeah, she's just so fun and funny to be around. And I feel like, and now like we're just like sisters. Like we spend so much time together that like, you know we love each other so much, but we also
Yeah.
like have that like sisterly, like we'll get like annoyed of each other and like we'll like,
We're kind of
we'll
sisters too.
Yeah. That's true.
and like yeah, so we just have like such a special bond that is like, she's like honestly like my best friend. I spend all my time with her. It's yeah,
And
it's
Oh,
it's
and she's got a beautiful singing voice.
yes. And her new song that was featured on season 3.
Yeah.
Did you get there yet? Did you get there?
Yep.
Am I
Oh
spoiling
yeah, yeah.
something? Okay. Okay, great.
No.
Yes, her new song was co-written with my best friend Casey, who I moved out here with.
What? That's
oh.
crazy.
Yeah. So it's
What?
like this crazy family connection of like our lives just like changed after we met them. Like I seriously consider my life like AC and BC, like before Christine, after Christine. She like changed my fucking life, dude. It's crazy.
Wow.
Well, that's funny, and I go back to where I'm like trying to catch up. So, and I told him I watched the first 2 episodes of season 3, no Abbey, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm going back. So I literally went back to season 2, and all I got of Abbey, not all of, but the biggie was the Africa trip,
Yeah.
and they started singing The Lion King, and I'm like, oh, they didn't stop. They just kept going and kept going, which again, I didn't know that. And I remember going, she's got a really good voice.
She
Wow,
does.
she can
Yeah.
sing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then I got wrapped up in like, holy fuck, these two, how much love for them to just sing that whole song out, to each other. And they didn't care and they didn't stop and they waited, the whole song. I loved it.
Yeah, no, it really is. They just like have such a rare special connection, and it's like so sweet to be a part of. And it's like it's just so crazy. So
So is there maybe you can't say, when's the wedding?
so that is a question that we often get. And like I I really like to set the record straight and just say that like I think that there is like so much pressure from society of like when you like two people, you're like, get married,
Yeah.
do the
Well, that's
thing,
true.
do the societal construct thing that we've been told to do for thousands of years. Like I just think that like they love each other at a way and a pace that they want. Like they are not going to follow these neurotypical
Okay.
standards and timelines because that's just not who they are, And like there's, a big pressure from people and like the show even like I'm sure like wanted that to happen and
Yeah, I was
I
just
think that
thinking that.
they already feel like they're married. Like marriage to us means sharing finances, living in the same house, sharing a last name, having like babies and a family and like for them like marriage to them means like having a party with their favorite snacks and like making their stuffed animals talk to each other. Like they're just not on the same level of like they're not going to combine their finances. They're not going to like
Right.
like it's
Yeah.
just I think marriage is like so yeah, it's just a really like I think for them like if Abby maybe got like a ring from David, like that would make her feel like I think but that would kind of be it, It's just like
Yeah.
that like promise ring.
I,
And I
But is
think
that
down the
something that David
line,
would have to be prompted to do? Would he think of that? Like
I
I want to
mean,
propose to her?
yeah, like I definitely think that they feel that they love each other forever,
Oh,
and
100%.
they
Yeah.
have that. But yeah, I think it would have to be kind of explained of like, well, if you feel that way, how would you want to show her that?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he would probably say like with gifts and stuff, but I don't think he really realizes that like that means a ring. And then even for her, like, I don't even think that she really realizes that like it would mean like I just think that yeah, the way that they love is just like different than like how we would like typically,
It is.
follow
Yeah.
Yeah.
the societal rules and like yeah, it's just yeah, I mean I think that they're gonna just do things at their pace and like
Sure.
and just maybe have a party. A party celebration of love is really what that would mean for them.
I can totally see in the network pushing to have it like on like a
Yeah.
finale
Yeah.
for them to broadcast the wedding. So I
Of course.
I could see that. The
Yeah,
pressure.
no, I definitely feel like yeah, that is what they want
Yeah.
and it's and and there's been a lot of like clickbait headlines too of like Abby and David talk baby plans and like
Mm.
and it's just so ridiculous and like honestly just like that is just not where they're at
Leave
like
them
Yeah.
alone. Yeah.
like they that's no just
Well, I think my
not happening.
my my biggest takeaway from that show and from Abby and David in particular is that the neurotypical folks, us, we make love too complicated, and they know the right way to love, and they make it seem so simple. And like you said, it doesn't need to be a piece of paper, it doesn't need to be a ring, it doesn't. They just know that they love each other that much, and that's fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah, and it is. It's really sweet and it's really nice that it's like, yeah, we feel so much pressure of like we have to do the things that we've been told to do and like
Yeah,
they just are living their lives together and they just that's enough for them.
that's awesome.
So,
Okay, but
yeah.
back to you now.
Okay.
Unless
Okay.
No, I 100% was gonna do the same thing.
because I happened to be scrolling your Instagram and I saw like a carousel where it looked like you were flipping the pages of what looked like maybe a script. Are you like?
Oh. Oh my God, y'all did your damn research.
Yes,
Damn.
we
Love
do.
that. Okay. Yes, so that was the one thing. Like when I first moved out here, I really wanted to like work in entertainment. I wanted to be a writer. That was kind of the goal.
Okay, can
Comedy
I
was
interrupt
a
you for one
vehicle.
second?
Yes, yes.
Because I saw you're somewhere in the middle, and that you had written and
Oh my
directed.
God, that was so
Yeah.
long ago.
I really liked it. It was
Damn.
very clever and very well done. So I liked your co-lead, the male actor with you, the one who played your dead husband. Well, I don't want to give too much away.
I was gonna say,
Tell
slow down,
it.
slow down.
You can tell it.
who
Yeah.
played your dead husband was very good. It was very well played.
Well, he's a professional actor. He was in the movie VHS, that like
Okay.
Yeah.
horror movie. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's a professional actor, and that was just it was like an internship kind of
Okay.
short film
Okay.
that we made. But yeah, it was so fun, and that yeah, that was definitely the because I did some stuff in college and I was dating a guy who was a director and he was like really into that and he helped write it too and he directed and whatever and it's just like such a fun project and that kind of like really instilled like I love dark comedy. I love
Oh,
making
perfect.
terrible shit hilarious. Like and so I've always like really wanted to run with that and that was the main goal. Like I want to be a writer and comedy is a vehicle to take you there. And I think I'm probably quoting, not direct quoting, but Fahim Anwar said this, and I took it from him. Is that like, yeah, comedy is just like a view. It just like takes you like producing, directing, acting, writing, like all these things. Like comedy is just like the the umbrella kind of, and like you just can hone your voice and figure out what you want from there. And there's so many
Yeah.
directions that you can go. And so I I've written one script that like I really like just like the rom-coms. I just love like exploring just like relationships, especially ones that don't work out. I like really love those kind of endings. And I started noticing that when like I loved La La Land, I love Titanic. Like I love when like when
When
people
the
don't
guy
work out.
dies.
Like I say, yeah, like
Common theme.
when he falls to the bottom of the ocean and she clearly had enough room for him. I loved that. Like
Were they the only one in the theater like clapping? Yeah.
well, I was 3 years old, so
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
but
Clapping
no,
is
I don't know.
good.
I really like I just like exploring because I don't know. I just feel like more relationships than not we don't end up together. So I
One
want to
hundred
see
percent.
that on screen. Like I want to just see like people being each other's stepping stones or like taking you where you need to go and like that kind of thing. So that's kind of what I've been exploring a little more with my writing and I wrote one script and then my roommate and I wrote a short. It's called it's about I don't want to tell it too much,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
basically about it kind of has the same vibe as Somewhere in the Middle.
Okay.
It's a really really dark comedy and like kind of a twist at the end and I mean I feel like that's all probably short films, but we really like that one and like she works for a talent manager now. Um Actually, I'm going to plug this. She got her client a job on the show Ransom Canyon, which is dropping tomorrow on Netflix.
Awesome.
So
Oh,
that's like a
wow.
super cool thing. Just gotta plug that. His name's Garrett Waring. He's gonna be huge. But anyways, so yeah, like I feel like there is potential to like make that short film happen with the network that we have. But then from there, we kind of became like writing partners. I mean, we've been partners in a lot of like just the ocean mic, and we did like an organizing business when we were like during the pandemic, and we've just done a lot of shit together. So we basically came to a conclusion where she was like, "Look, I'll be your story producer, but I don't want to write. Like that just takes up too much of my
Oh,
time." And I was like, "Okay, well, I want to write."
okay.
So it was like a really like I don't know business like professional decision where I was like, "I'll write and you copy edit and like you do the story structure." And so I like came up with an idea when I was home for the holidays of like this movie of like an LA actress down on her luck returns home for the holidays and she forms an unlikely friendship with the guy living next door in his parents' basement. And it was just a very like down on your luck, like directionless millennial indie. It's kind of like an anti Hallmark vibe. Like it has the Hallmark trope, but in a more comedic indie satire way a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I started writing it. I started mapping it out in like January, and I finished it
Wow.
by February 14th. I like wrote 100 and some pages, and
Finished
I
a,
Finished on.
finished a rom com on February
Yes,
14th.
I was
I know, right? I was like, that's my deadline. Fuck a date. I'm writing this fucking script. So yeah, I mean, like I keep visiting it, and I still like the idea. I think it's fun. I think it's just an easy,
mm-hmm.
like there's nothing crazy to it. It's just an easy setup. I like surface level too. There's not too many people or twists or turns. Like it's just a slice of life about two people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes. I'd love to like set up a table read eventually with like some people and figure out where we could take it. But and Casey and I, we have a couple ideas, and I think that would be my next step is just like really trying to carve out some time in my year, I guess, like a month here and a month there to just like really get some ideas down on paper and just like, see where they could go.
That's
So,
awesome.
Well, as good as your short film is, you don't promote it very much, like on your social.
I mean, it
we had
was
to
so
dig for
long
it.
ago. It was so
But you
long
should
ago that I almost,
You should
yeah,
bring
you
that
think I
back
should,
because
yeah.
yes. Like put a link at least in your bio of Instagram.
Or we'll do it for you, goddamn.
It's so
'Cause
funny.
it's-
I feel like my like college life is like my like past life, but I did do like some fun stuff, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. Did you dig deep? Did you find any witticism clips?
Oh.
No, but I did find some news reporter on the street clips.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was doing some news reporting back then. They were fake. They were obviously like satire clips.
Okay.
But you brought up the other one for a reason that you like those.
Well, so the witticism was like a college TV show that we did, and I had a segment where I like would write advice letters to myself and answer them. And it just felt really like Amanda Bynes, all that, like that kind of just like silly, stupid. Um, but yeah, like those were fun. And I feel like if I watched them back, I would be like, huh, those were still like kind of funny. Like even like,
Yeah.
oh God, I don't even know how long it's been, like 7 or 8 years, probably longer. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's a good point. It's like, those things still exist, so maybe I should, tell people
Yeah.
about it. But
Well, and there's
I was just
there's a
saying.
lot of shorts. There's a lot of shorts on YouTube now. I'm starting to see more and more of them where people are, putting their shorts on YouTube and stuff. So it's cool because we've always said that when we talk to like indie filmmakers and stuff that
all the time
have done shorts, and we're like, well, where do we see them? And they're like, I don't know. I don't even know where it is anymore. And you're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, no, you gotta have it at least on YouTube. But we'll
right,
see
throw it on
about
there, but tell people because
making.
it's worth watching. That's for sure.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I haven't thought about that in so long. That's so funny.
We always look for one, deep cut. You got to find a
Yeah.
deep cut. So
Oh wow. Oh my
I'm
God. It's I like can't see you. I can't see when you're about to start talking.
no, that's all right.
Oh shoot, we're doing so
Oh.
good. We got it. Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll cut the table in half.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know.
Get a chainsaw.
It is funny though, because like I started recently thinking about this, and people ask you like, are you doing what you thought you would have been doing in 10 years from now or 15 years from now or blah 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 blah. And like I look back and I reflect and I'm like, honestly, yeah. Like I feel like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Like back in high school, I was my yearbook editor, so I documented fucking everything. I was always the documentarian in my friend group. I would take every single picture, every single video, I would post it all. My entire yearbook was social media themed.
Oh wow.
And then I think about it and I'm like, and now I'm doing social media and I get to like be the storyteller and the vessel to like tell Abby's life, like with foreshadowing and like, branding and just like so much stuff. It's like marketing, but it's storytelling too. And it's just crazy how it all kind of panned out. And it's like, well, yeah, I guess that does make sense. Like,
you want a third
nice.
client?
I know, right? God, I can barely do shit for myself.
We could use help on social media. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It'd be
No,
nice.
it's hard to get in the flow for sure.
Try and do it when you're in your 50s. All right, we are flying by the seat of our pants.
And lost.
Yeah, no, I bet it's tough, but
It's a crazy world.
But you guys have you guys seem like you got like a nice setup here. Like you got the art and everything. Like
yeah, if we just get our face in.
Yeah,
I mean, when the episode comes out, people will see it. So
yes, right.
We got to think about that though.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I know we keep having.
Wait, is the episode going to be cut like this?
Is your part?
Well, your part.
No. We're on a full screen on our screen.
Okay.
There might be a setting that you can switch. I don't know. That's the problem. Is we
again, 50-year-olds that don't know shit.
We don't really know. So
That's all right. Honestly, the fact that you could even facilitate this is like kind of impressive. So
we've done well. We're 200 plus episodes. We do pretty much 90% of them are remote interviews. So we've done a lot of these
Wow.
things.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's amazing. Wait, so like
yeah.
I feel like I mean I've just been talking about myself. Like, what do you guys do? Like, where do you like you're in Wisconsin? Like, what's the deal? What's up? What do you guys do?
Well, this is a hobby.
This is right.
A very expensive hobby. Um, it's a pandemic baby, much like Ocean Mike, where we had talked about doing it for a while, and then the pandemic hit, and it still took us a year after the pandemic hit to get it going.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
it evolved. It started as just us two drinking and talking shit, and then we like
it's
ran out of
fun.
we ran out of stories because we're not that good of storytellers. So then we lucked into some guests, and it's grown, and yeah, it's fun. We
That's
love
so
talking
cool.
we love
Do you
talking to
like talk
comedians.
to like other different pockets of because I thought that you guys were like in LA and then I like hear Wisconsin, I hear the accents. I'm like, oh wait, shit. Do you just like find comics from LA or just like all different pockets of the
All
country?
over.
Yeah, a lot of comics from Austin.
Yeah.
With that being such a big scene down there now, and
Yeah.
with Kill Tony, which I know you were on in the early days.
Very, very early days. Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was still really new to comedy then too,
Did
but
Did you ever
that was
write the
cool.
game? Did you ever write the game show jokes?
Not really, honestly. Like I mean, I have a couple little bits, but like
Yeah.
nothing that really like stuck. But it is funny, my
You
obsession.
never sucked Drew Carey's cock.
No, honestly, I want to suck Ryan Stiles' dick. He was my favorite.
Well,
Oh,
I thought you said something about Wayne Brady.
At the time you did,
he's
yes.
hot too. He's so hot. Yeah, he's like unironically hot. Like he's just like an attractive man. Ryan Stiles is like a goofy looking motherfucker, but like got charm. Got charm.
All right. Well, they gotta have that. And
Yeah.
so no desire to go back on to Kill Tony?
Well, now that it is what it is, I mean, not really. I
Okay.
mean, sure, maybe. I guess I respect Tony for the platform that he's built. That's amazing. He got on Netflix. That's so cool. But like,
Yeah.
it's I'm certainly not gonna fly to Austin to sign up for a mic and fucking cross my fingers and hope I get up. Like, I
Right.
don't, I'm not really
Sure.
super interested in that. But I'm happy for all the
Okay.
people that are, and that do get on. And I think it's a really cool opportunity when they don't make you want to kill yourself after your set. I think it's
Yeah.
great and super,
Well, that's,
mostly
We
supportive.
we talk about that a lot about how what a prick he is sometimes in the interview, but
well, and
that's his show.
it was funny going
Yeah,
back.
it's
It was
mostly a
funny going
shtick,
back
it's
and
fun.
watching your episode, and I wasn't watching at that point. I started watching during the pandemic, and I'll talk shit because I don't care. Tony Hinchcliffe is never going to do anything for me, so I can talk shit. He's a giant prick now, and I look back and I go, oh, he was a prick back then, and now that he's rich and famous, he's just a bigger prick, and it's fun at times, but I don't like it when he's just intentionally mean to be mean. It's like
Yeah,
making
no,
fun
there
of
was
somebody.
yeah, like it's truly there was a time that I saw him and he like literally told someone to like go home and like kill themselves and it
Yeah,
was just like that's not even a joke. That's just like
yeah.
you're responsible for murder, homie, like or homicide or suicide or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Whatever he decides to do with your advice.
And by the way,
But
Kill
Nope.
Tony sucked on Netflix. I'll say it too because it was terrible. I watched it and I was like, this is too produced. It's not what it's supposed to be.
Right.
I hated it.
Right.
So,
It's
yeah.
supposed to be.
but
No, I mean, I certainly didn't think it was good either, but like, it's just the fact that he like still got on Netflix. It's like, it doesn't matter if it's good or not because he still
Right.
got on Netflix.
the,
So,
the check, as long as the check don't bounce.
exactly. I actually have a funny story with like, so I did a cross country, I didn't even bring this up, any of this. I did a cross country comedy road trip in 2021 and I like
Oh wow.
was on the road for like 2 months. I booked out like a whole, all these sets from like comedy clubs to like fucking cigar shops, like just all over the place. And I went the southern route, then I did the northern route, and I was in New York City, and Ian Edwards was opening for Joe Rogan at Madison Square Garden. and we were like kind of friends, and I was like, oh my God, like I would love to see you perform. And he was like, yeah, for sure. I'll put the tickets in my homegirl's name, like this other girl. He was like, you meet up with her and you guys get the tickets. You'll go into the show together. So I'm waiting for this girl for like a fucking half an hour. And she still hasn't shown up yet. And I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna be late. We're gonna be late. Like I'm gonna be pissed. So she finally shows up. We get the tickets. We walk into the venue and we sit down and Ian is like closing on his last
Oh.
joke. And I'm like, no, like I love his comedy so much. I was so sad that I missed it, like in fucking Madison Square Garden. And out like the next person to follow him was fucking Tony Hinchcliffe. And I missed Ian and had to sit through like 25 minutes of Tony, and I was just seething at this fucking girl. I could not believe her.
She's lucky
so
she
bad.
survived the night.
I know. I was like, how dare you? But yeah, no, I mean it's just one of those things, like no matter how much like you hate them or think that they suck, like they're still making it work. They still have a fan base somehow. So they're doing something right, I guess.
Yeah. And I mean, that's whatever we think of him. I do love the platform, and I love watching it because it gives us a chance to see comedians that we would never get a chance to see. So I do love the show, but it gets a little hard to watch sometimes.
Oh, totally. It's very uncomfortable for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's just been a journey. So. But now that I'm doing this, I'm like, I gotta get back out there. It's been a minute. I've like really
Do you miss it?
I do. I mean, of course, like,
Well,
I love it. I love talking about it. But maybe that's where the shift is. Like, I'm really good at managing people, and I'm really good at like knowing when someone's about to pop, or like really like seeing something in someone. Like when I first started, I was like, oh my God, like. It was like I could just like see, I don't know, it was like X-ray vision. I was like, you're gonna make it, you're gonna make it, you're gonna make it. Like I just like saw these people and was like, yeah, like you have talent, and like the booking people I felt like I was really good at. So like I could definitely see my career shifting into like management. And like that could be cool.
Yeah.
Like I still love comedy. I love to write, but I personally don't want to be like a touring comedian that's like on the road every weekend. Like I just don't think I think that's draining, and like
it can be, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah, and I feel like
life.
Bobby Lee actually gave this advice where he was like, when you hit 5 years, you kind of see where your career is going, and then like, and if you're not going in that direction, you should kind of pivot and like see what else is going on, because it's like you just can't keep doing open mics for like your whole life. Like you gotta kind of figure it out. Where are you going? And there's so many ways to go. Like like if you start out in comedy, you don't have to become a touring stand-up comedian. You can do so many other things, and I think that that's fine. I don't think that it makes you a failure. I think it just
absolutely not.
You know, it just like it shifts a little bit, and like I did always say though, like the people who don't give, or the people who make it, are the people who don't give up. So like. Again, if you are doing open mics for what you feel like is 10 years and you truly believe in yourself and you truly want to keep going, then you listen to that, because if you don't give up, you will make it. Like you will find a pocket of people who believe in you, and making it means so many things. Making it to someone could mean just making a livable wage on the road with their friends, and like that would be amazing. That's so many people's dream. So yeah, comedy is just it's so different, and it's so fun to talk about, because it's just like it's just such a, there's no real clear path. It's not like anyone tells you how to do it. Like you just like fucking start one day and you're like, okay, now I'm doing this. Like it's just the craziest, most insane thing.
Well, you do have a very, very comedic voice. You're very funny, and I love and it's probably an old joke, but I love the dick pic joke about the dick pic menu joke is fucking hilarious.
Oh my god!
And I love that you lead it as you're a woman who appreciates dick pics. You know, there's not a lot of you out there, so
yes.
Believe
oh my
me,
god,
I know.
that's so funny. I really love this research. Honestly, I needed this.
Yeah.
But that, to his point, that was, very funny and refreshing to listen to.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you guys so much for having
Oh,
me.
no, thank you. This was a blast. This was a lot of fun.
It's a great time.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, it was so nice to meet you guys. I'm so honored that Miranda is the one who recommended me, and I just literally saw her and spent the whole weekend with her. Like,
Yeah.
so
Fun.
serendipitous a little bit. So,
Yeah, you
yeah,
tell
that's really
Miranda we
cool.
said hello.
I will. I actually I got scared because I thought the podcast was yesterday and I thought I totally missed it and I was really like scared. But then I was like, oh no, it's today. It's fine. I have my voice back finally from Coachella.
Oh
So
yeah, so
I
good we
imagine.
delayed it. That's what I was.
yeah,
I was wondering that as I was watching the Instagram post go by, or the Coachella
yeah,
post go by. I'm like, is she going to be too hungover to do this? Is she going?
She could be alive to be able to.
yeah. No, I really did like lose my voice. It was crazy. I could like
Wow.
not function, but we're good. We
made it.
made it work, and it was really fun. So thank you guys
Awesome.
so much
Good.
for having me. So
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And before you go, I'd like to just say something because I'm assuming 100% you've never ever heard this before, but Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny the Father and refute the name.
Are you done?
Night.
I've actually never heard like the really full version, so that was cool.
Oh.
You went further than most.
Yeah, you took it. Yeah, you took it there. So that was cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mary.
All
This was
right.
a lot of fun.
All right,
Yes.
thank you guys.
Thank you for listening. The tavern is closed for now, but we'd love to have you back for more fun next time. Seriously though, get your asses out of here.